Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, my name is Nengi and I record fashion and lifestyle videos, and today's video is going to be 10 things I've learned in my 20s. But before we get into that video, please don't forget to subscribe. Also leave a thumbs up if you like this video and any other videos, and also leave me a comment below. But please subscribe, as I'm on a road to 1,000 subscribers and it will mean the world to me. Now, this video on 10 things I learned in my 20s, I've decided to do it because I'm in my late 20s at the moment, and I just thought that I would touch on little things, major things, and just a random myriad of things that I've learned whilst growing up and being in my 20s as a millennial. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Now, the first thing is start saving as soon as possible. Now, it's much better, I feel, to start saving as soon as possible, just because you really don't know where life will take you and you never know what can happen. So I feel like I should have started saving earlier, but even now I'm currently saving and I'm always putting a little bit away, no matter how small. My mum always told me put little bits away for a rainy day, for an accident, for just your retirement, for enjoyment, to be honest. So you can literally save for cars, for a house, for anything really. So I just think that anything can happen, and it's very important if you think about your future early on. And let's be honest, money really does help and money opens doors. So it's very important to start saving early. I definitely will do that for my kids, and I will literally drill this into them because it's literally up there in one of the most important things. Now, number 2 is you and your friends will change. And I say this because in your 20s, you begin to decide who you like, who you don't really like, or who you're getting close to. And sometimes you're going in the same direction and sometimes you're not, but that's literally okay, because we have a lot of like friendship debacles in our 20s. And I think it's an interesting one, because we grow up with these people and maybe sometimes meet them in university, sometimes even primary school, and we think they're going to be there for the rest of our lives. And at times it turns out that they're not, but it's really not the end of the world. And I feel like it takes time to see who is really your person and who is for you. So don't be disheartened if you're not really close to someone you thought you'd be inseparable from. I feel like people change, you change as well, so you have to embrace that change. So yeah, number 2 is definitely you and your friends will change. So definitely acknowledge that and understand that it's fine and it takes more time, and it's better not to have so many expectations and not such huge attachments to people, because life is so big and life is so huge that there's so many experiences that you're both going to go through, or you're all going to go through, that will literally change you for the better, maybe sometimes for the worse. But don't be disheartened if you're not as close to someone you thought you literally would be like besties for life. It happens, and that is literally what I've learned in my 20s. Number 3 is eliminate negative people. Now, this is just very important because I feel like time is so precious. So I've learned not to waste my time trying to feel better about people who might be tearing me down or might be talking badly about me. So if I'm sensing some negativity from someone, I'm definitely going to be cutting them out of my life. I've actually done this in the past. I found that the friend gradually came back to me, was reaching out and sort of like interested in what I was up to, interested in what I was doing, because I kind of just gave the person so much space, because I was just like, I'm sensing lots of negativity from you and I don't want to be a part of this. And another friend of mine would tell me, oh, that's just how they are, don't take it to heart, that's just how they are. And I really don't believe that. I feel like people can be kind and can be nice. So I don't just think you should sort of like succumb or like have to keep up or make do with someone's bad behavior towards you. There will always be people trying to compete with you, they'll try and one-up you. And I feel like life is too short and they ultimately belong in the bin, because if you're competing with anyone, it should be with yourself and not people that you deem friends. So eliminate negative people from your life, and the sooner that you do it, the better. And number 4 is more personal. I've learned that I'm enough, and I think that just means When we're in our 20s, we spend a lot of time feeling so confused and we feel like we're failing at so many things, our careers, being a good friend, reaching out to people, being close to our family. And I just kind of reminded myself that honestly, I'm doing my best and I'm enough. As long as you're on a path that fulfills you and you realize your potential and your dreams, and where you are at the moment is exactly where you should be, honestly. So just know that what you're doing is enough for you, and you have to put yourself first. It's so important, because so many times you think that, oh gosh, you know, this person will like this or that person will like this, or you're thinking about every other person but yourself. But understand that you're enough for you, you're enough for people, and if they don't like you for who you are, then that is on them. As long as you're being a kind, God-fearing and lovely person, and you believe that wholeheartedly, know that you're enough, and you will find people and your tribe that will gravitate towards you. Now, number 5 is time waits for no one. Now, I feel like time is the only thing that we can never get back. So I have learned not to waste it working on things and jobs that I don't want to do. I had a job as a customer service rep in a fintech company that I absolutely hated, and my boss was horrible, and this would definitely be a story time because I have a lot of things to say about that. And honestly, I left in 2 months. I didn't even stay up to my probation, but that's because the job didn't fulfill me, and I recognized that early on. I'm very good at that. I'm very good at recognizing what doesn't serve me and what doesn't fulfill me, and I'm quick to cut it, because time really, as my previous point said, time waits for no one. So yeah, definitely don't stress about little things that will not matter in 10 years, and also don't spend too much time on social media and all these watching random videos on YouTube. I mean, not this video, because this is giving you some sort of good advice, but in all honesty, don't spend too much time watching cat videos and dog videos, because I feel like time is so precious and we should be spending it doing really interesting things that we love, not even specifically money making or grinding or stuff like that. Just doing it, using your time to do things you enjoy, even if it's just seeing friends or meeting up with just your family, just anything that you feel ultimately fulfills you but isn't an actual waste of time. I feel like we know the difference. We pretend we don't, but we know the difference. Number 6, also on the topic of time, is that everything takes time. From careers to relationships to friendships, everything takes time and things require patience. So definitely don't lose heart and keep working, because I personally started a business last year, and sometimes I get a bit disheartened, oh, I'm not where other people are. But I feel like sometimes I tend to compare my day 1 to their day 5. So that is definitely doing myself a disservice, and I'm learning in my 20s to know that things do take time and things shouldn't be rushed as well, because if you want something of quality, you do have to, most times you have to spend a lot of time nurturing that thing, growing that thing, and sort of refining your skills for that thing, whatever it is. So that's definitely something that I've been learning, still learning in my 20s, to just be patient. They say patience is a virtue. Sometimes I forget, a lot of times I forget, but I'm trying. And number 7 is, now this one just kind of encompasses a lot of things in life, but number 7 is things don't work out for a reason. Now, rejection hurts in the moment, but it also means that the right opportunity or the right person or just the right thing is out there waiting for you. Because in the moment we can feel so disheartened, we can feel so downtrodden that, we're rejected from a job that we really wanted, or some guy who didn't like us, or anything that is basically surrounded by rejection. But I feel like some days you will be happy that that thing actually didn't materialize. I found that looking back, there's some things that I really wanted in my life that I'm now happy didn't actually come to fruition, because I'm thinking, would I have been the same person that I am today if those things actually happened, or if I was with that person? Probably not. So in hindsight, it's easier to see, but in the moment you're literally oh my gosh, make it stop, this is very painful. But in reality, rejection happens, and it's literally a part of life. So things don't work out for a reason. I feel like there's always a reason. It literally will seem like the end of the world sometimes, regardless of what it is. But trust me, trust and believe that it's for a reason. Number 8 is take care of your physical and mental health. Now, I'm a vitamin queen. I love, taking my vitamins and supplements, and I'm very big on just kind of like making myself better each day, every day. And I mean, I get the odd sore throat now and again and a cold, but I feel like it would have been worse if I wasn't keeping up my health, eating healthy, eating just good foods that are good and nutritious for your body, and also exercise, which is the physical part of it. Again, even if you don't have a goal, even if you don't have a goal, I feel like it's very important to just get some exercise in, even if it's like just taking a walk every other day, every day. I personally like doing reformer Pilates and bar classes, and I also like going to the gym, not because I have this goal that I want to be this size or look this way, just because I want to get my heart rate up, and I think it's really good for, the longevity of my life. And also with mental health, I feel like you have to just keep things that are helping you stay sane in your vicinity. I don't know how to explain that, but I feel like it's so important to keep your mental health strong, because so many things can shake you, so many things can get you nervous, and you might have anxiety. But if you're able to find that thing that keeps you calm and it isn't hurting anybody, then do that for you, because it really is important. And you have to have strong mental health to get through this world, because this world is filled with so many ups and downs, and that's definitely something that I've been learning and I've been taking to heart as well. So anything that is bad for my mental or physical health, I'm like, no, not for me, not today, not ever. And number 9 is you don't have to accomplish everything in your 20s. Now, I've been learning that as well, as I'm in my late 20s, and there's so many things that I wanted to do that I've still not achieved yet. And I think as millennials, we tend to feel like it's a race against time in order to achieve all these things. And it doesn't help that there's so many publications out there like Forbes 30 under 30 that kind of subconsciously put that strain on us that we have to achieve so many goals before we turn 30, or you have to be married before you're 30, or you have to do so many things, have babies, have this and that. Life is very vast and life is huge, and there's so much opportunity. Honestly, I always use, for the marriage one, I always use Meghan Markle. She got married, I think, at 35 to an actual prince, like an actual prince. And if you were in the mindset that, everything's literally gonna shatter and you're gonna crumble before your 30s, then where would that leave you, you see? So I'm learning that you don't have to accomplish everything in your 20s. In all honesty, you're supposed to be growing, you're supposed to be living your life, you're supposed to be enjoying your time. I mean, obviously accomplish things and it's all good, well and good for the people who have, but really and truly, it's not the be all and end all. So don't let any of these publications or any of these things people talk about in social media as well, is such a big thing that makes us feel like we have to do so much and we have to accomplish so much before we're 30. So definitely try your best to remember that not everything has to be accomplished in your 20s. Then you have your 30s for other things, you have 40s, you have 50s. Just pray for a long life and you'll be fine, honestly. Don't kill yourself over accomplishing things in your 20s, because sometimes it's not even feasible. And last but not least, number 10 is ultimately to love yourself. And I know people say this so often, love yourself, love yourself. It's how do you love yourself? But I feel that just kind of encompasses things like doing things you enjoy, prioritizing your health. And I feel like loving yourself, as the last point in this video, is a series of every point I've touched on pretty much, because it really encompasses everything. And doing things that are good for your soul, that are good for you, things that you enjoy, as I say this, as long as you're not hurting anyone, you're not offending anyone, if you're able to really and truly look inward and find what it is that you enjoy and what you love, you have to believe that you're enough, you're good, you're achieving things, you're working hard, and eventually everything will pay off. So don't forget to love yourself. It's so important. You really have to think that you're that bee. So yeah. So guys, that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you took something away from like the 10 things on my list that I've learning in my 20s. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if there are any points that you particularly liked, and if there's anything you would like to add in the comments below. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you like this video. And yeah, I guess I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.